Have you ever wondered how a continent rich in resources and diversity ended up divided and ruled by foreign powers? This story dates back to the late 19th century, an era known as the Scramble for Africa. This was a time when Africa, often referred to as the Dark Continent, was carved up like a cake, with European powers taking the lion's share. As the Industrial Revolution took the continent of Europe by storm, the need for raw materials started to rise at an unprecedented pace. This event sparked a domino effect in the global economic fabric. The consequences were overarching, changing the dynamics of societal functions and the prosperity of economies. This era, commonly marked as the dawn of rapid industrialization and tech advancements, ushered in a new era for Europe. The traditionally agrarian economies were swiftly morphing into industrial behemoths. This newfound power and the drive to keep their flourishing industries powered led the leading European powers into a new domain. Britain, the revolution's trailblazer, was quickly exhausting its domestic resources. The country had to cast its net wider to satisfy the ever-growing needs of its factories. France, another powerhouse in the European landscape, was grappling with similar challenges. Despite its agricultural wealth, France struggled to feed its industries with homegrown resources alone. Germany, a newcomer to this field, was also feeling the strain. Its industrial capabilities, even though in their infancy, necessitated a consistent inflow of raw materials. The nation's geographical limitations and resource restrictions were beginning to impede its industrial growth. Belgium, another key player in this intricate game, was caught in a similar situation. Despite its compact size, Belgium's influence in the Industrial Revolution was disproportionate. However, its resources were insufficient, and only international trade could not fulfill its raw material needs. At this point, the collective attention of these powers turned towards a land yet to be fully harnessed by the industrial world. A land teeming with wealth, not in the form of currency, but resources. This was Africa, a continent that had so far evaded the industrialized Europe's attention. It was a land of contrasts, diversity, and most importantly, unexplored wealth. The potential that Africa held was immense and inviting. Africa was an abundant treasure chest, enriched with a plethora of resources. It was a vast land, extending from the Mediterranean Sea in the north to the Cape Good Hope in the south. From the golden sands of the Sahara to the verdant greenery of the Congo, Africa was a virtual resource paradise. Gold and diamonds glittered in its soil, promising unimaginable wealth to those who could extract them. Its forests harbored the secret of natural latex, convertible into much-needed rubber. The majestic African elephants, symbols of the wilderness, brandished tusks of precious ivory, a hot commodity in the European markets. Each region, from the heart of the continent to its edges, offered something unique, something valuable. From South Africa's goldfields to Sierra Leone's diamond mines, from Congo's rubber plantations to Zanzibar's ivory markets, Africa was filled with opportunities. It was an irresistible target for these imperial aspirations. Empowered by their industrial strength and their unquenchable thirst for resources, these European powers turned their sights towards Africa. The continent, as rich as it was, got caught up in the designs of these nations. The erstwhile peaceful continent was now the center of a scramble for its resources, its wealth, and in some ways, a scramble for its very essence. A continent abundant in resources, from gold and diamonds to rubber and ivory, Africa was an irresistible target for these imperial aspirations. The scramble reached its peak at the Berlin Conference of 1884–85. Here, without any African representation, the European powers laid out the rules for the colonization of Africa. This conference set in motion a frenzy of territorial acquisition that would change the face of the continent forever. However, colonization did not go unchallenged. Across the continent, from the Ashanti Empire in West Africa to the Zulu Kingdom in the south, Africans resisted the encroaching colonial rule. Despite the odds, they fought fiercely to preserve their lands, their cultures, and their independence. The legacy of this scramble and subsequent colonization is still palpable today. The political, economic, and social structures of modern Africa bear the scars of this historical episode, from arbitrarily drawn borders causing ethnic conflicts to economic dependency on former colonial powers. The impact of the scramble for Africa continues to reverberate. So, in conclusion, the scramble for Africa was not just a mad dash for territorial acquisition, but a significant chapter that shaped the continent's future. It serves as a stark reminder of a past marked by exploitation and resistance, whose echoes continue to shape Africa's present and future. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Scramble for Africa. If you found this intriguing and wish to dive deeper into the annals of history, do hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell to stay updated. Comment below if you'd like more videos on African history. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's a lens to understand our present and predict our future. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.